Welcome back to another episode of Shar's Visionary Path podcast. I'm so glad to have you join me today. As we all know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and what better way to have or to show our support for this than to have someone that has gone through this situation. Today I have Miss Ty White. She's going to join me, or she's joining me today, and she's going to share her story or a part of her story with you all, and hopes that this will somehow inspire you. Welcome, Ty. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for saying yes.
Of course.
I really appreciate that. And so I know that we're going to talk about your diagnosis. However, I would like to kind of move. I want to talk about your life prior to, and of course, you don't have to talk about all of your life, but we would just like to get, or I would like to get just a bit and piece of what your life was like prior to the diagnosis. So what was that like for you?
Well, prior to the diagnosis, I was living life. It was, okay, so where do I start? I live in Statesboro and went to Georgia Southern and did all the things right. I'm a check off list type of girl. So I feel like, you go to church, you do the right things, and you live your life as drama free as possible. So I did all things. I went to college, got all these degrees, have an amazing career, and then I got married and was married for a short time. So prior to the diagnosis with cancer, I went through a divorce, had a premature baby. I think she came at she came at 30 weeks, so that was like a 2-month stay in the hospital. I had emergency surgery, and just adjusting as a single mom, co-parenting, it was a lot of adjustment. So life prior to breast cancer was calm, and then when the pandemic came, it changed.
Okay.
It changed.
So let's talk about that. You got married. You were married what year?
I was married 2017.
2017. What year was the divorce process? What year did the divorce process begin?
So about 2020. So I got pregnant in 2020, and also my marriage fell apart, which no marriage just fall apart at divorce.
Right.
There is a process to it that leading up. So it just kind of dissolved the beginning of 2021.
Okay.
So, we're going in a pandemic, you kind of isolated. Can't really talk to nobody. I had, at that time, a 3-year-old, and then also I had trouble getting pregnant with my second baby. So, I'm super excited because I was told I wouldn't be able to have any more kids.
Oh, wow.
So getting pregnant with her was like
an exciting part of your life.
Yes, that was like, God, he hear me.
Right.
He did it.
So you had been praying to become pregnant again.
Yes.
Okay. So you were excited about that. And then you say the divorce or the process to the divorce kind of started.
Yeah.
So
things ended pretty quickly.
Okay.
And so, I started having early contractions because, if anybody that has ever gone through a divorce and just life altering, and then you're already in a pandemic and you're trying to figure out how you're going to do bills and how you're going to do everything. You kind of, you're trying to put the pieces together. So that's when the marriage fell apart. And then I went into labor, I think that's September. So I got pregnant in March, April, went into early labor in September and was rushed to the hospital.
So do you feel like the stress of the divorce that you were going through, do you think that brought on the baby coming too soon? Because I know that a lot of stress can bring.
I can't say, well,
or do you feel like it's a part of it?
It definitely was a part of it. That was something that my doctor was like, because they were very, very aware of what's going on. And that was like a major part of it.
And the reason why I asked that is because my second daughter was premature, and it was because part of it was because I was up under a lot of stress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I was diagnosed with she was diagnosed with failure to thrive.
Okay.
And so if you know about failure to thrive, it's like she wasn't growing, I wasn't growing, and I was having early labor pains.
Okay.
So I remember they did a test to see if she would come early, and they was like, yeah, this test came back positive, and she's more than likely gonna come early. Let's go ahead and give you a shot to kind of make her lungs grow, because if she comes now, she's gonna have a lot of trouble.
Okay.
And so I did that shot, and I think she came literally the next week. So I called my mom, and I was like, hey, I just got a funny feeling. You need to come down and stay with me, because I don't think this is going, this baby gonna come. So she couldn't even go in the hospital with me.
Because of the pandemic.
Because of the pandemic. So she had to drop me off to the door. I'm in labor. I can barely walk into the hospital, and I was like, y'all gonna have to do something. And so they test me, and they called the ambulance to rush me to Savannah.
Okay.
And the goal was to try to keep her in, but by the time I got there, I was too far dilated.
Okay. And she stayed in the hospital quite some time.
Yeah,
didn't
she stayed in about 2 months.
About 2. Okay. Okay. So I know back when I was having children, they had to be I don't know if that pertains to your baby, but at my age, I'm sorry, not at my age, but when I was having my baby was born at 3 pounds and 14 ounces. And at that time she had to be 5 pounds. So she stayed a little bit over 2 months. And that was a journey, and tedious journey all by itself. So I can only imagine how it was for you.
Oh yeah, because I'm in the hospital by myself. I did have people like checking on me, of course, but like there were several times where I would walk up and it was like, oh, she almost died, but we were able to bring her back.
Oh,
and
wow.
Just was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure that was mentally and physically, because that's a lot. Period.
Yeah, because when she was born, they had to rush her off. And then I had some complications, so I had to have emergency surgery. So all of this is going on, and you can imagine during the pandemic, nobody can come.
Yeah. So it was pretty much like you were by yourself.
Oh yeah, I was by
all
myself.
this.
I had a cousin that worked at the hospital. She would come when she was working, but
other than that,
you by yourself.
All right. So let's fast forward to, so all of that took place in 2020, 2021. And then going through all of those emotions and dealing with all of that, then 2023, here comes something else. And it was the word that we all dread hearing, cancer. You have cancer.
Yeah.
So may I ask you this? First of all, I want to ask you, do you have a family history of breast cancer? No. Okay.
So when you get a breast cancer diagnosis, that's one of the first things they do. They do a test to see if it's genetic.
If it's genetic.
And mine was not genetic.
Yeah.
In any kind of way.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to ask, because so many people think that it has to run in your family, but there are a lot of people, a lot of women that their family, it's not genetic, it's just one time. So let me ask you this. I know we are always told to do self-exams, or we are all, of course we have our mammograms on a yearly basis, or supposed to on a yearly basis. So let me ask you, how did you go about finding out you had breast cancer?
Well, 2023, I think I was turning 40. I know I was turning 40. And so I got an email. It was like, hey, you're turning 40, come get a mammogram. And so at 2020, around that year, I was starting to feel like myself a little bit again. Like I was like, oh, you that girl. You
that girl again.
Child, please. Honey, I'll kind of tell you a little bit about that gap in between 2020, 2023 once we get a little further along. But so anyway, I got a an email, and they was like, it's time for your mammogram. So I scheduled the mammogram thinking, okay, this should be fun. Why I thought it was fun, but whatever. So
yeah.
because I don't know. So I went and got my mammogram. And I remember it was around tax season because I had just got my taxes done, and I'm all hyped like, oh, I'm gonna get some money back.
Got your money,
Get some money back. Well, my doctor, it was like a Saturday. My doctor called me, and I got the voicemail. She sound panicky. She was like, Ty, they found something on your mammogram. You need to call me back. Like, call me back immediately.
So she left this on a voicemail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this was my doctor since I was like 12 years old. So like she knew.
Right.
And so I called her back, and what's going on? So she was like, they found some spots in your mammogram. You need to go and do a I think it was an MRI. And so I did it. I made the appointment. They got me in very quickly. I did the MRI. They was like, okay, we definitely see something. We're going to do a biopsy. And I have very dense breasts. So if you know anything about dense breasts, it's hard to see anything. So I did the biopsy. Still kind of like, it's going to be okay. But in the back of my mind, I was like, maybe it's not going to be okay. So I started doing some reading, researching. I called a couple of my friends that are nurses. It was like, okay, so this is what they're saying. I let them read my scans. I let them read. Like, I was kind of like, I'm like, when you give me something, I'm going to research.
Me too.
I'm going to read it through and through so that I'm not caught completely off guard. So did the biopsy. They said, okay, the radiologist is going to read your biopsy. They're going to call you back. So with the hospital, they have a my chart.
Okay.
And so I had done so much research, I kind of knew this gonna hit my chart, probably before they can call me because they're gonna upload the labs. So they upload the lab. That day I went to work and they upload the labs, and I saw the thing come to my email. And the secretary was at the job, and so I was like, okay, let me just see what it says. And when I opened it, it said that I can't remember the exact words. Basically, like, cancer was found.
Right.
So I told my secretary, I was like, they're saying I got cancer. And I called the radiologist. Like, I was, at this point, everybody my friend. Everybody my friend. Like, girl, what? And so she was like, yeah, you beat me to it. And she said, but Ty, she said, I'm not saying cancer, any kind of cancer is bad. She said, but you got the kind of cancer. If you're going to have cancer, you have the best form.
Okay.
She said you have the best form. It was like very early stage. Stage 1, almost stage 2. So when you have like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, then you go into stage 1A, stage 1B, stage 1C. So mine was almost to stage 2.
Okay.
But it was just, it didn't do a lot of spreading. Like, it wasn't in my lymph nodes. It was not in my, but like, it was like in one centralized area. So that was a blessing.
So, but let me ask you something, because most people, when they hear cancer, they automatically, everything in their mind everybody begins to start and to think the worst. But listening to you, it's like, I hear you, but I'm not afraid of this.
So this is 2 years later.
Okay.
At that time, I wasn't talking like this.
Okay. So that's what I want to talk about. At that time, what were the emotions like when you first got the word cancer? I hear what you're saying, how you feel now. You could talk about it now. But when you got that word, you have cancer, what were your emotions like then?
I was like, God, what have I done? Like, what have I done so horribly to have, in this short amount of time, my marriage failed, my kid come early, and not only that, we going back and forth to all these testing, and my divorce was a very loud public divorce. I was, it was a loud public divorce, so I couldn't really grieve privately. I didn't really have to, but when you are raising 2 small children, you don't have time to break down.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, God, you must don't like me. You cannot possibly like me. Because everybody else out here thriving, and I'm out here struggling, working 2 and 3 jobs, still got to be a mama, still got to,
Yeah.
So I was scared of dying. I did not want to leave my children. I did not want to leave my mom.
So you had a fear.
Oh,
You had a
definitely.
big fear.
With all that research.
Did you ever become, number one, mad with God? Number two, did you ever lose faith in God?
Absolutely.
You did.
I don't know if I was mad with him, but I felt like, okay, so what's the point in praying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Only reason I had this pastor tell me one time, she said, you're different. You're a different former pastor wife. She said, you're a different former pastor wife. She said, because most of the time they stop going to church. She said, but you kept coming to church.
Yeah.
And I kept going to church not only, but I say this, it was my home church. I felt safe there, but also I had 2 children that I'm responsible for their souls.
Right.
Like, even though I felt like, okay, God, we just going through the motions. We're like so not in control. If you want to, because I asked him to save my marriage. I asked him so many things that just did not come to pass. So now I am yet again going through another test. So it felt like everything felt like I felt like I was in a movie. Like this cannot be the life. Like this not the life I prayed for. Like I'm a check off box girl. Like I did everything right. And nobody talks about when you do everything right, but it still don't turn out how you want it to turn out. Like nobody talks about that.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about how when you save yourself and you keep yourself and you're not there hoeing around and you still at the bottom.
Right.
So I felt like I was gonna die. And
did you feel like you were going to die mentally?
I was
physically?
already dead mentally.
Mentally. Okay. So
I
you
was
felt
already
like
gone.
You were already gone mentally. You had already checked out and you felt like you were going to die physically as well. Okay. So let me ask you something though, because we keep bringing up the babies, your 2 little girls. And at that time they were how old?
5
And then your baby.
and 2.
So let me ask you something. You felt, because I keep going back to the part about you saying you felt like you were going to die. Was it the girls? Was it the babies that kept
Absolutely.
you going?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They were and are my reasons why I hold the standard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm raising Black women. And unfortunately, we don't really get the fortitude or the grace to take a break.
Right.
We have to. On my job, I'm often the only one in the room of my color. So it's not that you're not being fake, but it's a standard.
Yeah.
And my children are watching me.
That's exactly right.
My oldest daughter asked me one time because I was talking to her dad. And she said, and I have open talks with my children because my oldest one, she's just like me, so she's gonna ask, and I don't treat her like, oh, you a kid,
Right.
No, she's a child, but she has a right to know,
Right.
at an appropriate age. So she said, Ma, you and Daddy friends? I want to say, girl, no, but I said, baby, we have something in common. And it's that we love you.
Yeah.
And I thank God that He has always given me the grace to know what to say and how to say it.
Yeah.
Because I love them more than I hate anything.
Yes.
I have to love them more than I hate anybody.
That is
and
so
that
right.
made me and makes me keep myself together.
Yeah.
So I can't say like that little period with the divorce, the baby, then the cancer. I was angry. I went through cycles of grief. Like the anger, the sad, the disappointment, the acceptance, the feeling like, okay, I felt like, girl, you ain't that pretty. Don't nobody want you. Like, cause nobody really was like checking for me like that. So I was like, dang, I must be ugly.
So you start feeling very insecure.
Man, what self-esteem was very low. Very low. And it's sometimes still kind of can be like that.
Yeah.
You question yourself.
And I think we all as women, we go through that. We always find some reason to find a flaw in ourselves. We always find ourselves to be, and we are all imperfect. That's men and women, but somehow we don't give ourselves enough grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, with people, I always get a lot of, oh, you so strong, or I'm so proud of you, but they had no idea I had to be.
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't have a choice.
They see the now. They see the right now.
And but I looking back and looking how God really, he was protecting us. Like, I would be like, how I'm gonna feed my kids? I remember sitting in Belk parking lot. I will never forget this day. And I was like, my girls in the back, they kept saying, Mama, we hungry, Mama, we hungry. Like that. Well, the oldest one, the little one, she could barely talk, but they were crying because I had nothing. I had nothing to feed them.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I remember somebody randomly was just cash at me. They was like, I was just thinking about you.
Yeah.
And stuff like that would happen all the time. I would be at the gas station knowing I only got $10. How I'm gonna do this?
Yeah.
And I was angry because this wasn't the life I signed up for.
Yeah.
And I have people come and say, oh, Miss Todd, let me fill your gas tank up. Like, you have no idea what you did for me, how you was there for me.
Yeah.
And I tell people that it's so important how you sow your seeds, because you never know when and how you gonna harvest some seeds back. You don't know. Sometimes your kids gonna reap the seeds. So my breast cancer was in my left breast, and people don't talk about this enough. But there's a correlation between emotional stress, broken heart, sadness. And most of the time, women that have had tremendous loss or hurt tend to get breast cancer in their left breast. There's not a lot of study on it, but I'm a holistic type because I started doing a lot of things different, and there's a big correlation with that. So the breast cancer was in my left breast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hope I'm answering your question.
I'm going to tell you something. You almost made me cry. I'm trying not to do this because that's why I always tell people, when you look at people, you have no idea what their story is. And for you to sit and be just authentic and be real and just say, there were moments that I sat in my car and I couldn't even figure out how I was going to pay, how I was going to do this, how I was going to feed my kids. And so to see your story makes me respect you even more because of the simple fact that I can relate to that.
Oh yeah.
I can relate to trying to figure out how I'm going to feed my kids, how I'm going to do this. I can relate to all those things. And I love that. I mean, I love that story. And I was thinking, because I was sitting down and I was doing a recording to myself, and I actually let my husband hear it. And the topic was about pruning, the pruning process versus the promise. And I began to just think back over my life about how God would prune me. And I couldn't understand. So as you're speaking, I'm thinking about how God was actually pruning you, but yet he was still protecting you. He was still allowing men to give to your bosom. And so that, he was still taking care of you, even in the midst of all of that. And that is amazing. I do want to ask you this too, though, with your diagnosis of cancer, did you have to go through any treatments?
Yeah. So after they do that, after you get your diagnosis and you get all the news, they immediately, you hit the ground running. A lot of doctor's appointments, a lot of blood work, a lot of tests. And it's exhausting. So my mom was a major support for me in that. It's funny, you don't really understand a mother until you become a mother, but until I always say my mama birthed me twice,
right?
Because she had me physically, but doing this process, she birthed me into a grown woman.
Yeah,
she let me be angry, so all that, she let me be sad, she let all the things, and she just stood still.
Yeah.
So you go to this doctor's appointment, and you're in there with the oncologist, the breast surgeon, all these people. They bring you to this room. They sit down and they have a picture of your scans, and they tell you this is what you have. This is the level. That's when you learn all your stages.
Okay.
And all your so anyway, he brought me in. He said, this is the area. He said, we're gonna my suggestion is that, we can either do a full mastectomy where we take your breast away.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can just remove that area. So I didn't want to do the full because I was like,
Yeah.
because it was like sometimes they do that so it don't come back.
Right.
So I was like, just work on that area. So then he talked about the tests that I would have to take. He talked about how quickly we will move.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about the resources that I can get. Like they give you a social worker. They give you, it's like a whole team of people. His name is Dr. Barak in Savannah at Memorial Hospital. Very, very knowledgeable, very calming guy. So he do that. So we set the plan for surgery. I had surgery, and my mom was there. Some friends came, and I woke up.
Yeah.
And that's when it kind of hit me.
Yeah. That this is really
you don't see anything because they have you bandaged down. But it was like, oh
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I did that. I did not have to do chemo.
Okay.
I did not, but I did 24 or 25 rounds of radiation. And if you've ever done radiation, it is a toll on your body.
Yeah.
So like your everything turns black.
Mm-hmm.
You hurt. You're tired. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And you say you had 24. So let me ask you, after that though, after you made it to the end of this process, what did it feel like? Because I know everybody gets to ring that bell. Tell me what that moment felt like for you emotionally, ringing that bell, because a lot of times as I think about that, a lot of times people don't get to ring that bell because they never made it. So what did that feel like to you?
It felt, I never really thought about what it felt like.
Yeah. And the reason I asked that too, because of course everybody doesn't make it, but when you look at the things that you've been through within that time frame, and to me, if it was me, if I was in that, I feel like I would feel like I made this. I did win this, even though I've been through this divorce. I had my baby premature. I couldn't figure out this. I couldn't figure out that. I'm ringing this bell. So God, I know you have not forgotten me, because there are women that didn't make that.
Yeah. Now, that is true. I did feel that. I felt like I felt strong.
Yeah. I think that's the word I want to use.
I felt strong.
Yeah.
I felt like you okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
You okay? Because like I have so many stories of just like how, and I think this is where God didn't have to prove himself to me, but he chose to prove himself to me.
Yeah.
Through this whole thing, through bills getting paid, through people. I would have people, I'm leaving treatment. People would say, I had one girl sent me $200. Go do something for yourself.
Yeah.
Because all my money was going on because I'm driving back and forth from Statesboro to Savannah. I'm going to treatment every day, leaving treatment, picking up the girls from school, making sure and thank God I had a private practice. I closed that down because it was
too. Yeah. I understand.
So I got a job. I got hired instantly. My supervisor was like, so that you don't have to take your time off, just come to your office. She said, and go close your door and go to sleep. Like the favor of God.
Yeah.
The favor that people just really don't even know about.
Yeah.
How people in this, honestly, it wasn't always people that I knew.
That you expected. That you expected.
It was strangers looking out for me.
Yep.
It was strangers like, I can help you with this.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some clothes for the girls. I would come home, Amazon boxes on my porch.
Yeah.
So I felt like I felt like God was going to use this because he did tell me, he said, no tear will be wasted.
That's right.
And I can see him now using it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see it all. And this is like the divorce. That's just one little droplet of my story. Like I have so much that has happened.
Yeah.
Even as a child, like I have so much that has happened where I see that, girl, you may not like it, but you was built for this now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why sometimes I'm so loud about my stuff. Because I can look at women. It took the judgment out of me. I can look at women and see, oh, this was single women. This was single moms go through.
That's right.
Oh, this why she was stripping to get the, and I'm being very candid.
Right.
Like, oh, she's stripping to get money for her children. It takes the judgment out because
That's right.
that was the route that she used with it.
Whatever she had to do to take care of her children. Yeah.
So it took a lot of judgment out of me. Like it made me look at women, especially single women, as like this. We some strong people.
Yeah, it's not easy at all. It's not easy at all. And if people would just realize that and not judge women, because you have a clue what anybody is going through and what it's going to take for them to make it from one second to another one. Until God allows you to be in a position.
Keep your mouth off people.
To keep your mouth off of people.
Your mouth
That's
off
right.
of people. Because
stop judging.
You looking at you looking at the scene you came in on. You have no idea
about the other chapters. That's right, because you just walked in on this chapter.
And guess
That's
what?
right.
Tables turn.
You
don't know when it's gonna be your turn.
And they turn quickly. They turn very quickly too. They turn very quickly. Okay, so can we safely say that you're in remission?
Yeah. So I'm saying that to say.
Yeah, why were you so?
Because I've had some scares.
Since then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like some scares where they found more spots. Then they go back in and they're not there. Or I've had some scares.
Yeah.
But God just
keep showing up. Keep showing up.
Even when I don't even talk to him like I should.
Yeah.
I would be a liar if I sit here and say I talk to him like I should.
Yeah.
Because a part of me still kind of like, but he got me.
Yeah, he got you. Yeah, he got us. And let me ask you this too. Your mammograms now, so you probably have to do them every 6 months now?
Yeah. Sometimes sooner. Like I just had one because they found spots recently, but I've been getting some treatments done. Didn't really mention it, but get some treatment done. So I go again in another week because I'm being like, once you have breast cancer, they closely monitor you.
Yeah.
But the fear that I had before, I don't have that fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even, some stuff I share, some stuff I don't.
Yeah.
Some stuff I just rock. What it did for me, and I hope this makes sense. I was always a person that needed a team. I needed people around me. I needed the reassurance. I needed y'all with me. Now I'm like, well, you rocking this thing by yourself.
That's right.
I will go by myself.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm really not by myself. And I know that when I get there, somebody gonna have my back. It's gonna show up.
That's right.
I would be a liar if I didn't say, like even now I'd be like, okay, so you done got paid. All these bills, all these going towards bills. But every month we make it.
That's right. That lets you know God has not forgotten you at all. Not. So let me ask you, since all of this has happened, has your purpose shifted?
Yes. I think I'm just more authentic.
Yeah. You know what though? Ever since I've met you and known you and we got to know each other, and I think you can, I hope you can say the same about me, because people, they'll judge people by another person's story or whatever the person has to say about their encounter with that person. But ever since I've known you, got to really know you, not like know you, but know you enough to know that I've always felt like you were very genuine. You were very authentic. So I can't say of a moment that I don't know, because honey, some of the stuff you sit up and say at church, church when I'm able to go is crazy. So that's what I love about you. You will make people laugh. You still make people laugh. And so back to your purpose though. I know you said it makes you.
I think my purpose is to help people feel seen by just being.
Yeah.
I can look at people and look. I have a strong gift for discernment, so I can see through and through. But certain things don't run me off.
Right.
I can know, like, I know how to speak to it. Like I can see when a marriage. I can see a couple and see, oh child, that ain't nothing. Oh child, he cheating. Or she cheating. Or she ain't happy. I can see it, or I can see when a mom needs something. Like even now, if I hear a woman in need or something, I'm not gonna make a loud fuss about it.
Yeah.
But I bet you she gonna get it by the time I get through.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't have to make a loud fuss about it. Cause I'm big on that. If you gonna give me something, don't be loud about it.
That's exactly right.
Don't
you
be
got
up there
telling everybody about
I
it.
had to give her $10. And you know what? Get you
Get
$10
you and your $10 and go back.
Go away.
I'm like that too.
Yeah, don't. So I think my purpose has been, it is being revealed.
Yeah.
I don't think that it has changed. I think this is just all a part of the assignment.
Yeah.
I've been a licensed therapist for 15, almost 20 years. So I've seen people at their lowest.
Yeah.
I've sat with people when they've lost their babies. I've walked with people through divorces, all things. And that was another thing. Like I walked with people through saving their marriage, and I felt like I'm over here saving their marriage, and I can't even save mine.
Falling apart. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was a lot of like, man. So
Yeah.
when I say authentic, I'm being honest about where I am in life.
Right.
And I feel comfortable.
Yeah. And it's okay to be that way. I tell people that all the time. There's no other way to be. And people may sometimes say that about me. Like she taught, she tells too much of the story. No, I'm trying to help somebody else. And so if I got to tell part of my story, a part of my journey, that doesn't mean you're going to get all of it, but you're definitely going to get the parts that's going to help and inspire somebody else. Like, and I think that this is so good because this isn't just about breast cancer. I know we're bringing awareness to the breast cancer, but this story is not just about breast cancer. This is a whole different.
The root of it is if you don't release stuff, it will sit in your body and it will kill you.
Yes. Yes.
There's a book called, and I forgot who it's by, but it's called The Body Keeps Score, and it talks about how emotional baggage and stuff, like when it's sitting you, it becomes toxic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like these are not just headaches. They're not just backaches. They're not just heart palpitations. Like this is stress. Stress will kill you.
Yeah.
And I had to I even went to the point where I was going to the doctor and they couldn't find nothing wrong. And one of my best friends was like, that's anger. That's unforgiveness. So I had to let a lot of stuff go. Like I don't have an issue with my ex-husband.
Yeah.
We do fine. Homeboy, do what you do.
Do what you do. Yeah.
Because I'm doing what I do.
Yeah.
The main thing is these children growing up healthy and whole.
That's right.
That's what's important to me.
Yeah, and the co-parenting process of
Yes,
it.
that's
All
important
we have
to
to
me.
do is co-parent. That's it.
That's all.
it. That is it. And also I want to say this too, because I was thinking back to my daughter when I had my baby. She's 33 now, but I remember right after I had, well, not right after I had her, but after I had her and I had to go back for my checkup, my annual, you do your checkup, and then I went back for my annual. And when I went back for my annual, they found, and I hear it a lot now, but it wasn't as, I guess, known back then, but the precancerous cell.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a scary moment for me because I heard the word cancer. And even though it wasn't but precancer, it was precancerous, but they did say it was precancerous. It was at the last stage prior to it being diagnosed for cancer. And I remember Dr. Gary Sullivan. He was a very good doctor. And he told me when I went in to talk with him and I was scared, he said, I want you to realize something. And at that time, I was up under a lot of stress because my husband had gone to prison. He says college, but his first time going to prison, you see. But when he first went, and I was young, and so
That's a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot for me. And so I had to learn how to deal with that. But he told me, he looked at me, he said, Charlene, he said, people do not realize that cancer, one of the biggest causes of cancer is stress. And I remember him telling me that you have to let a lot of that stress go. And from that moment on, I tried to learn how to deal with stress. That doesn't mean I didn't have stress. I did. I just tried to begin to learn and comprehend how to deal with stress, and especially now because like I'm in school for psychology, so I'm learning even more about people, how they think, and all of those things. But I just want to say this to you too. I'm changing my. I'm changing that. I don't want to deal with that no more. No homework.
I went back to school as well.
Look, the homework is too much for me.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I ended up going back to school as well. So.
Yeah. So I do. Oh, let me say this. Let me ask you too. I know you said you have quite a few degrees, but, and I was thinking about this. What is the most, and there are a lot of degrees behind your name, but what is the most important name that's behind your name outside of mother? But what is, now that you've encountered all of these things, including breast cancer, what is the most important name behind your, or a title behind your name?
I have so many words come to my mind.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what comes to my mind.
Okay.
I feel like breast cancer survivor. And the reason why breast cancer survivor is so, to me, would be so important because, again, a lot of women did not make it. And I think that's a very, very important title for you to wear. You know, degrees are good, but
I think with it, I love that word because when you said survivor, I thought about that I'm a thriver, like I thrive. That was one of the words that my divorce lawyer kept saying. He said, you will thrive. That word just kept coming up everywhere.
wow.
And you telling me I'm going to thrive and I'm drowning. And I remember one day coming out the hospital from leaving to see Joy, because you gotta, when you have a premature baby, they can't take regular milk.
Right.
And so if you know anything about that, you have a lot of women donating milk. I didn't want nobody really donate my baby no milk. I wanted to give my own milk. But your body is not aware yet that you have, that you don't have a child inside, so it takes a while for your milk to come out. So I remember that particular day, I was happy because I finally got some milk in, and I'm taking it to my baby because you got to take milk every day. And they don't know how to suck, so the milk is coming through the tubes and stuff. And the lawyer called and he said, Ty, this divorce need to come on through because the other party is ready for you to come on through. And I'm thinking, this cannot be real. Like all this in one day, this cannot be real. And so he said, but you're gonna thrive through this. You're gonna thrive through this. And so when I think about the word, I think about that I thrive.
Yeah.
I thrive through all the stuff that I've shared, the stuff that I haven't shared. I have thrived through it. Just the childhood stuff.
Yeah.
I have thrived through it.
So not,
and no, let me rephrase that, because I put a lot of I in that. Like God really, like,
yeah, he did his thing.
He did
his thing.
He did that.
So you're not a breast cancer survivor. You are a breast cancer thriver. You are a life thriver. You are a thriver.
Now that don't mean I want to keep going through hard stuff. Now I don't,
and I don't think that's.
I don't want to keep. I'm done crying.
Yeah, yeah.
I have gotten to a place where I like my peace.
Yeah.
And I'm not letting nothing interrupt my peace.
Yeah. Nothing and nobody.
Nothing and nobody. I run my home a tight ship. I keep my kids. This is the part of life they're gonna remember.
You're right.
They don't get a do-over.
Yeah.
They don't get a chance to have a lot of say in their life. The least I can give them is a happy home and a happy mama.
And a peaceful.
Home.
Peace.
And that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. So I'm so glad that you shared all of this with us. I want to ask you this, for another person, another woman that's going through divorce, that's going through breast cancer, going through those trials and tribulations right now. what advice would you give them to help them get through that storm?
I would say to this woman, don't shut everybody out, but build your village.
Yeah.
I built my village because who I thought was going to be my village was not my village.
Yeah.
You have to handpick your village, and then you have to have a village for yourself. If you have children, have a village for your children.
Yeah.
And do things that make you feel happy, that make you feel beautiful.
Yeah.
And I wish I could say that I was up all night, I was praying and reading my word and listening to, I was not. I was looking at TikTok and laughing at them people on TikTok.
But that's what got you through.
That got me through.
Yeah.
And some videos were spiritual, and some videos was like, nah, we all weird.
Yeah.
We all out here just weird. And it just really, I laughed a lot.
Yeah.
You have to be around laughter. Laughter is healing.
And it doesn't have to be a sad moment or
It does
sad
not
day
ha-
every
it's-
day.
You have to choose how you're going to tell your story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to that woman, build you a village and get your mind off of what's not working, who not doing what, why they not showing up for you, why they not calling. It does not matter. Because when you are in that bed, after surgery, in that bed, after treatment, life goes on. And I've learned that, like, people gonna feel sorry for you for a second.
And then they're going to move on.
They moving on.
They
to
moving
that
on.
story.
That's right.
My divorce was a hot topic.
Yeah.
It was a hot topic. My friend said, honey, give it a couple of months. Somebody else gonna be talking. They're gonna be talking about something
They're going to be
else.
talking about something else in somebody else's marriage, right?
So don't capitalize on sad moments. Like, pick yourself up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to make a choice.
Yeah. I love that. So if you could describe yourself in 3 words, how would you describe yourself in those 3 words and why? Well, we've already said thriver.
Thrive. Loyal. I am loyal. I'm not. If I'm with you, I'm 10 toes down with you. Now, if I'm not,
You're going to know it.
I'm not gonna be mean to you, but I'm loyal.
Yeah.
You don't have to ever guess where you stand with me.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And that's so strange because I would have never even used that word before. And I'm not even talking about outward beauty. I'm talking about like
Inside.
the inside.
Yeah. And
Like,
that makes an entire difference.
Yeah.
And I say that all the time. I don't care how beautiful a person is. It's that heart. God looks at the heart. He looks at the heart. I don't care what nobody says. And that is what I live by.
Yeah.
I don't care how pretty I think I am, how pretty nobody thinks I am, how ugly, that God gonna look at my heart.
Yes, he is.
And how I'm treating people. The God looks
He
at those
looks
fruits of the
at
Spirit.
that. And when you stand before him, he's not gonna say,
You so pretty.
You so pretty. And what did such and such say? He gonna go over your life.
Yeah.
And I remember because I would have people talk to me every now and they would just talk. And the girl, she's a pastor. She said, your response is a ministry all in itself. She said, you are not just you are not a leading lady by title. You are a leading lady by lifestyle. And I realized too, how you respond to adversity is ministry all in itself.
I'm telling you.
Like,
I'm telling
you. Don't get it. If you can't be over here crashing all the way out, and then a week later, I'm sorry. Which you can be, but you can't. You gotta calm down.
Yeah.
And I learned that about myself, cause I can be up. I can. You want to take? I can take it there. But at the end of the day, you got a lot to lose.
Yeah.
And some of that is respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And I believe that I believe that wholeheartedly. That's why I don't. And people tell me that all the time. It's the way I respond to stuff. I don't. You're not gonna see me going on social media acting like a clown, and you're not gonna see me out there just acting, because it's tasteless, number one, and I'm not gonna carry myself like that. And if you ever known me for a very long time, I've been like that. Did I have to grow to that point? Absolutely. Did God bring me to that point? Absolutely. Because I have not always been like that.
Me either.
But I have, I've learned. I mean, I don't have to respond to everything. I'm not going to respond to everything. But I love that Ty. I really, really do. I love your story. It was a lot about your story that I did not know. So I'm so appreciative of you telling your, sharing your some of your journey. And so I want to ask you this too. If your girls at some point or one day, maybe they'll sit down and they'll look at this episode. So what would you like for them to take away from their mother's story?
They come from a long line of greatness. Like a lot of this comes from my mom and my grandmother. So don't forget who you are.
Yeah.
And take it up a notch.
Yeah.
Choose wisely. Make choices that you want to live with.
Yeah.
I create a very open dialogue in my house. I don't do that. We can't talk about that. Or God gonna no, let's talk about it, because I'd rather you talk to me so I can tell you the proper way.
Yeah.
Then you go out in the street and now you out here doing
lost. Yeah.
all kind of things.
Yeah.
You're going to make your choices. So what I want them to take away is we are women of great standard. That does not mean you can't have a low moment, but don't stay there.
That's right. Don't stay there.
Don't stay there.
That's important.
And you can have a standard. You can have exactly what you want. You don't have to lowball yourself.
Yes.
You don't have to. Well, I just take the crumbs, because that's what I did for a long time. I took the crumbs and I tricked myself and said, "Oh, this enough. Oh, it's okay. I don't want the crumbs.
That's right.
If I want a steak dinner, I'm not gonna tell you
I want a chicken dinner. That's right.
I don't want chicken.
Yeah, I want steak.
And for years, I did that. I compromised. And it's nothing wrong with compromising, but I was always the one on the back end.
Yeah.
While everybody else was shining, and I tricked myself in saying I'm okay with it, and sometimes I wasn't okay.
That's
So remember who you are and maintain the standard.
Yeah.
And say what you want the first time. Don't water
and mean it, and don't back off,
and
don't back off of it.
Exactly.
And that's just in life, period.
That is.
That's in work, the work environment. That's all of that.
And don't give everybody access to you.
That's important.
It's layers to this thing.
Yeah.
Like we're cool, but you're not at my house.
Yeah.
Or you at my house, but you're not in my bedroom. Or it's like everybody does not have open access.
Right.
You have to earn spots.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's very true. I can agree with that because I'm totally like that.
Yeah.
Now, the last thing before we close out is I know that, and that's why I love your story too, because you took all of these moments and you kind of redirected them to something that was very, very positive. And that's your lit and layered. You have lit and layered. Tell us a little bit very quickly about your lit and layered. Where was that birth from, and how people can follow you, purchase from you?
Okay, so prior to the pandemic, I had a nonprofit called Refocus. And so Refocus was where it was a platform where people can come on and tell their stories. So I had women in there talking about the death of their child. They talked about all kind of things, but it was like, how did you refocus? And so after that, the word, it's like I kept saying, I can't go back to refocus, because refocus to me kept like, you kept turning around, but you still going back to the same thing. So somebody used the word that I was lit. And then I always believe that we are layered people. Like you're never, it's so many parts to us. It's never just one thing.
Right.
So I just combined the names, lit and layered. And it just talks about like being authentically yourself. Every part of you matter. Being bold, being unapologetically yourself.
Yeah.
And living in truth. Lit stands for living in truth.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I love that.
So being honest. So lit and layered. I sell very bold jewelry, very bold colors, accessories. I'm just starting out. But it has been extremely successful.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And your earrings, are they?
Yeah, they're
okay.
lit
They're
and
one of
layered.
your okay. And so, how can people follow you?
Well,
how can people purchase from you?
I have a website. It's www.litandlayered.com. www.litandlayered.com. Lit and layered, so with the ed. I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
I have a Facebook page, Lit and Layered. I have an Instagram page, Lit and Layered. And I will have start selling on TikTok very soon.
Okay. Well, again, congratulations for everything. I really I love your story. I love how you refocused everything. You just took everything negative and you made it into something positive. And I know that your girls should be extremely proud of you, because I'm very proud of you. A lot of people don't get to, or they decide not to take their negativity. They just drown in that negativity and nothing positive comes out of that. So I thought it was very important to bring you on Char's Visionary Path, because you still had vision. And that's what my podcast is about, is going through all of these situations, sometimes very hurtful situations, but how do you come out of it? Do you still have a vision? And as we all see, you still have a vision. So again, thank you so much. Thank you for saying yes. And I wish you nothing but continued success. God has great things for you, and continue telling your story. I think it's important that you do that.
I want to say something before you close out. When you're talking about visionary, when you're going through something hard, sometimes you lose your vision.
Yeah.
And to whoever sees this, it's okay to take a step back.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'm just now coming from behind the scenes again.
Yeah.
I took a major step back. I stopped seeing clients. I wasn't giving much advice. I had to heal. And sometimes you don't heal. You jump from this person to that person.
Yeah.
You in this crowd. You on that scene. You at this party. You at this church event. Just stop it all.
And give yourself time to
Give
heal.
yourself time to heal.
Yeah.
Because if not, you will bleed on people that have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
They will get hurt because they'll get hurt in the crossfire.
Yeah.
They have nothing to do with it. So give yourself time to heal. And when it's time to pop out,
Pop out.
Pop out.
Pop out, and don't be apologetic for it. Pop out. That's exactly right. I love that. I love it. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode of Char's Visionary Path podcast. I think that this has been extraordinary. I think that Ty White she exemplifies everything about surviving, but not just surviving, but thriving also. So again, please make sure that you rate my podcast, that you leave a review, and that you share this with someone that may be going through the exact same thing that Ty has gone through, and she has made it to the other side of this. Again, thank you so much, and continue to walk in your vision. God bless.